All right, let's keep going on this journey of how I became an intuitive career coach. So, I've been at Google for almost a decade at this point, and the universe is starting to give me little nudges that maybe this isn't right for me anymore. And I remember the first big nudge happened January 2021. I had a training on my calendar, and based on the title of the training, I was excited. I was like, great, they're going to teach me some new skills on how to support my team and be a better manager. That wasn't what it was. Little extra context about my family. My dad was a coal miner. We were a UMWA household. Being pro union is very core to who I am and to my identity. So this was one of the first times that I got this doesn't feel good. I don't like this. But my brain said, Alex, this is a job that is paying you well. You have health insurance. Other corporations are going to have similar views, so better the devil you know. So I kept going. After that, Google had its first mass layoff. I remember waking up that morning and seeing the New York Times alert on my phone and immediately going to my laptop to find out if my team or if we all still had jobs. We did, but this was very, very destabilizing for everyone, in my opinion. There were a lot of people where, okay, it kind of made sense that they were a part of it, but there were so many that I knew them, I knew their work, and it just didn't make sense for them to be a part of this layoff. And there was never really any reasons or rationale provided that I know of as to why people were included and others were excluded. And looking back, this was the first major culture shift that I saw at the company, where previously, we were encouraged to innovate, ask questions, challenge things, and maybe not overtly, but I definitely saw those things start to be quietly discouraged before it became overtly discouraged. But this was the first shift that I saw in that. And it also, the company sent a very clear message to all of the employees that you are not safe. This job is not safe. You could be gone in an instant and you will be replaced, or the team will have to pick up your work because it's not a guarantee that you will continue working here. And I'm sure many of you are like, yeah, no shit, come on, it's a company. But before this, we had a very false sense of safety that was ripped out from under us. So those were two nudges, and then I got a third that was even less fun. Still a nudge, I would say. But I had a meeting with my manager, and in that he casually mentioned that someone on my team received a bonus. And I was like, that's great. This person absolutely deserves all the bonuses. They are awesome. But can you share what the criteria was for that? And he begins to share, and I'm like, check. I also meet that criteria. So how were people selected for this bonus? And my boss, I could see that he got uncomfortable and didn't have information for that, and began to pivot to talk about how well I had done under his leadership and the promotions that I received, and that I was a manager, and that I was on his leadership team. The leadership team will come back later. But he just started to talk about that. And to me, it felt as though he was diminishing my role and my accomplishments, and saying that it was all thanks to him that I had received any of that, and that I was so well taken care of under his leadership. And how dare I question him is what I felt in that moment. Those were the nudges that I got from the universe, and I chose to ignore all of them. And I got a swift kick after that, and in the next one, we'll talk about the swift kick.